Hi, my name is Deli, and I am the creator of Blessing Boxes here in Evanston, Wyoming. Not the creator of Blessing Boxes in general, just in Evanston, Wyoming. I want you to listen to this story so that you can understand the purpose of this. I'm a single mom. I work one full-time job, sometimes two side jobs. I take care of two kids alone. Child support sometimes comes and sometimes doesn't. I work a 12-hour shift, and I come home. I'm busting my butt. I forgot to mention, I'm also a full-time student in my master's program. I come home after a 12-hour shift, and I look into the pantry to find something for my kids to eat for dinner. It's 8 o'clock at night. They should have eaten sooner, but I had to work these hours or I couldn't pay the bills. I open up the pantry, and I find half the ingredients of a variety of different meals that I could make, but I'm missing all the key ingredients to it. I'm scrambling. I'm trying to figure out how I can combine this to make a full meal, and I can't. And everything that I see, it's garbanzo beans or peas or noodles, but I don't have any butter to put on the noodles. I don't know how to use garbanzo beans, and who the hell loves peas? My kids are young. At this point, they were 6 and 9. I have no one to call. I don't have a support system. I live in a new town. I'm doing everything that I can to try to build our lives, to try to be stable, to try to be sufficient and self-supporting for my family. And it doesn't matter that I'm working 60 plus hours a week. It doesn't matter that I'm sleeping 4 hours a night because I'm up studying every night after my kids go to sleep, because I still have to make time to spend quality time with them. None of that matters. I still can't put food on the table. I still can't figure out how to make them a meal. I'm the middle ground. I don't qualify for food stamps, but I don't make enough to provide. And there is no help for me. So it's 8 o'clock at night and I have no one to call. I could connect with community resources tomorrow, but that would mean I would have to take off time from work, put my studies aside, find someone to watch my kids to be able to go sign up for this support. So in the end, I'm still losing, because now I might get food, but now I can't pay the bills because I had to take time off just to sign up. There's never a win. There's never a win when you're that middle class. You're stuck, and you have to figure out how to struggle and which struggle you're going to choose each day. But every day comes with a struggle. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night, and my kids are eating garbanzo beans and peas because I don't know what else to feed them. Does it sound like you? Does any part of this story feel at all relatable? The barriers that we have in society to get help, they hurt us. And everybody is falling through the cracks. Our system is designed so that you don't get help until you're so desperate that oftentimes you're left with feelings of suicide, self-doubt, you're a bad parent, you're worthless. Those are the thoughts that go through your head when you get to that point. But that's when you can get help. If you just make things hard as possible, then maybe somebody will notice you and give you help. This is why I created Blessing Boxes. I took a move to Tennessee. I lost my family support. I was working every job I could find to come up with money. I was stuck in a custody battle. I had no one to help me. And at 8 o'clock at night after a hard day's work, saying goodbye to the babysitter, realizing they didn't feed the kids, but guess what? They couldn't have because there was nothing to feed them. I came across a blessing box in Tennessee. I drove by a church, saw a box full of food, and decided to drive by it. On the doors, it said, "Take what you need and leave what you can." There were days that I'd come home and I would try to shower my kids for the next day, and I had no soap. I was out of soap. I can't plan for these things. I'm working paycheck to paycheck. I cannot plan for these things. When I run out, I have to do my best to try to figure out how to come up with it. These blessing boxes saved me and my kids. There were days that I could find the ingredients for every meal except for one item. And I'd swing by the blessing box and guess what? They had it. Or they had soap. I hadn't shaved my armpits in a week. Embarrassed to state, but they had a razor in there for me. I could not have gotten through the worst time of my life if it hadn't been for those blessing boxes in Tennessee. So when I moved back to Evanston, I wanted to help people who were in those same situations. Now, maybe your situation's different, but you're still struggling. And if you had help just getting that one or two items that you needed and not having to go through the system, wouldn't you want it? Wouldn't you want other people to have that? That's why we're here. We're breaking the barriers that prevent you from getting help, that prevent the middle class and the lower class, poverty class, not lower class, from getting the help that they need. We're building a community of connection. If you need help, regardless of your circumstance, regardless of anything in your situation, you can go to the blessing box and you can get what you need if it's in there. And if you have extra and you don't need it, but you can't meet up with the food bank and you can't meet up with all these people who need it, please don't throw it out. Bring it to the blessing box. Please help somebody else in need, because you just don't know when you're going to be in that situation until it happens. And that's what we're here for. We're breaking down the barriers from getting help, and we're helping people with the little things that could make their difference, that could make a meal for their kid that night, that could stop the thoughts of suicide and of worthlessness and of I'm a bad parent. Why can't I survive? We see you. I know you're working hard. Our society is not built for this, and we need to make a change. So let's be the change. Help us donate. Help us build these boxes. We need people to build boxes. We need people to volunteer to help maintain boxes. We need people to help volunteer remove snow off of them. We need people to check the boxes and make sure that food's not going bad. We need people to help us with our website. We need connection. This is a community project. This is not for me. I had my chance of needing it. This is for you, and we need you. So let's come together as a community and let's make this real, and let's help the people who are getting left out, that don't get the help. I see you, and that's why we're doing this.